Shall we try again? Let's go to Chris and Sandy on line 3. Chris, you're on Heart of the Matter. Not doing it. Come back to more emails. I am glad I was ready. My name is Zapatio. I'm 26-year-old from Mexico. I was LDS member for 5 years, and after some research, I opened my eyes. I'm currently doing searching for a good church in San Jose, California. My search continues. I have a question regarding Christians who claim to speak in tongues. Is this biblical? I can't seem to find anything regarding this issue. Thanks so much. You know, Zapatio, there is a movement among the Christian churches that claim that they are speaking in tongues, and I don't know if they're speaking in tongues or not. I believe in the gift of tongues, but I want to tell you what I believe based on Acts chapter 2, the gift of tongues is. I believe the gift of tongues is this. 1, you are speaking a language that you have not learned. 2, there is somebody who can interpret that language and tell others what it means. I believe it is not supposed to happen in churches. It's more of a sign for unbelievers to see that occur and believe. That's the early church history of tongues. Somehow it's made it in where you stand up in church and you and someone else stands up and says, I think what he said is Taco Bell's having a sale. I'm just kidding. And I'm going to get in trouble for that. I'm sorry. And there's this thing, but it's not scriptural. If you do a real exegetical study of Scripture on the gift of tongues, bottom line, Book of Acts chapter 2, they spoke in the native tongues of all these different places, and there were interpreters who understood what was being said. Now, there's a difference between that and praying in tongues. That is the language of the angels. And that is when you go to the Lord and you have this urgency where you start babbling and speaking from your heart's content. You're uttering words that you don't know. And it's just like moaning. It starts off with just groaning. There's this deep utterances within you. That's a personal and private thing that you would do in your communicating with God. He doesn't need language. He wants to read your heart. So if you're just moaning and uttering to him, whatever it is, that's a different thing. People have kind of mixed those up, and that's what my position is.